Hey guys, this is 𝐤𝐸 from Shanghai Silk Road. In this video I want to talk about how to invest into your WFOE, wholly foreign owned enterprise in China. So when you register a company in China, you have to write down the registered capital amount, okay? Just to make it clear, registered capital amount or the registered capital itself is not the same as paid up capital. Okay, in China, since 2016, there's no paid up capital, meaning that you register a company solely based on the registered capital amount, okay, which is not required to pay. Okay, so for example, you just write down 500k USD as a registered capital amount, and you just register a company based on that promise, so to speak. Okay, and that promise does not have an exact time frame, but it is normally the validity of your business license. The business license is given for 30 years, and meaning that you have that 30 years to kind of inject that 500k USD in your company. Okay, so the question today is, how are you going to do that? Okay, if you're going to do that, obviously, because like I mentioned in the different videos, you're not required to deposit that money or inject that money if you decide to shut down the company. Okay, that is allowed to do in China. So for example, if you open a company in 2020 and run the company for like a couple of years, maybe 3 years, 5 years, and if the business doesn't work, or if you decide to relocate outside of China, you can do that. Okay, you don't have to actually pay that 500k before shutting down the company. That's not required. It's just it makes it easier for foreign entrepreneurs to taste the market here. Okay, that's the logic behind. So government gives that opportunity, start the business, see the market. If you like it, maybe you can inject that money. All right. So okay, going back to the question, if you decide to invest that money into your company, okay, how are you going to do that? Because we have several clients right now who are facing the same question, and we've already consulted them, and we've given the practical steps, advice required, and they are already they have already started investing into their company. So the way you do that is, because it's a foreign owned company, that, like the name is WFOE, right? Foreign owned, wholly foreign owned enterprise. So that's why the government wants you to invest in your company from abroad. Okay, so even if you have some cash in China, unfortunately you are not able to inject that cash into your company. So the way it works is, you need to send that cash outside of China, and then you need to open a capital account for your company in China at the same bank branch. For example, if you have a Shanghai 𝐒𝐤𝐥𝐤 branch, okay, corporate account, for example ICBC or Bank of China in 𝐒𝐤𝐥𝐤 district of Shanghai, then you go to that branch. Obviously, if you work with us, we will help you with the process. We go to the same branch, and then we open a capital account, okay, for your company. Obviously, a capital account is going to be under the name of company director or supervisor. So once the capital account is open, you will have to send that investment into that account from abroad. Okay, the other account abroad will have to be exactly under the name of the supervisor or the director. Okay, that's required. So I mean, some stranger account cannot send. Okay, it has to be under the name of the company director or supervisor. So meaning that if you're the director of your company here or the supervisor here, you just have to take that cash from China, send it abroad, deposit in your account, okay, maybe in the US or UK, and then transfer that money to the capital account which you've recently opened in China. So in this way, this money will not be taxed. It will be marked as investment, and it will go towards that 500K like you registered. You put as a registered amount, a registered capital amount, okay, of your WFOE in China. I know it sounds a little bit complicated, but this is how it works, okay? And this question has also been asked by people who hold Category A work visa in China, because, you know, like one of the requirements of holding Category A work visa in China, you pay yourself that, you know, minimum 60K salary a month. Obviously this amount is sometimes too large, you know, even for, you know, for a family in China to spend. So what people want to do is they receive the salary, they want to put the money back into the business. But unfortunately, like I said, if it's in RMB, you cannot invest back in the business. So you need to send it abroad and then get it transferred to your capital account here, okay, in the form of foreign currency. Okay, it can be British pound sterling, it can be, you know, any foreign currency, basically euro, it can be USD, etc., etc. There is another alternative as well. Based on the current policy, WFOE can take you know, Chinese shareholder as well. So you can do that, okay? For example, if you have a Chinese business partner, you can let them kind of invest that money back into the business, okay? But obviously it's going to have some legal you know, aspects to consider. For example, you know, the cash belongs to you, right? You don't want to, you know, give that cash to somebody else, like, you know, and then, you know, own that investment. Obviously, if you use a Chinese shareholder to invest in your company, that will have legal consequences as well. For example, you know, the cash is owned by you. If you give that cash to your Chinese business partner and let them invest into the company in, you know, in their name, basically, so that investment is going to be, you know, owned, or is going to be registered under their name. All right, so that's the thing. Maybe you can you know, formalize this, you know, kind of, you know, or regulate it by an agreement. But just to be clear, yeah, it's going to have that legal consequence as well. Just to, you know, you need to consider that part. It's not going to be, you know, automatically, you know, an investment under your name, because obviously your Chinese partner is investing that. So legally speaking, on the paper, it is the Chinese partner, the local partner, who will own that investment. Okay, so that's it. This is how you invest in your own company, guys. Okay, just to summarize, you cannot invest directly as a foreigner from China. Okay, that cash or that RMB you're holding will have to go abroad and then get back to China in the form of investment, in the form of foreign currency in your capital account in China, okay, under your name or your supervisor name. Or another alternative will be just to let your Chinese business partner or local business partner invest in the form of RMB. But for that, you need to take them as shareholder, okay? They have to be listed as shareholder in your WFOE. But again, in this case, you need to pay attention to the legal side of the things, okay? Your Chinese partner, if they invest, the investment will be, you know, registered under their name, okay, not yours. So pay attention to that. All right, so that's it, guys. If you have any questions regarding company formation in China or any other major, you know, countries, economies around the globe, you can let us know. We will gladly help you. And send us an email, leave in the comment section below if you have any questions whatsoever. I will be happy to assist. Thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next videos.